scientific spirituality. My name remains West, reaching you live and direct from the heart of Africa. If this is your first time watching me on this channel, you are highly welcome. This is a place where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today I'll be talking about a very interesting topic, which is the spiritual consequences of cheating in our marriages in our African spirituality. This is something you're going to find in West Africa. I will use it as an example, i.e. Nigeria, i.e. the Niger Delta region of Nigeria, which is my own locality. In the kind of marriages we have here, we have our traditional marriage, which is based on the spiritual beliefs and principles of the people of those areas. And we view the marriage institution as a sacred institution, which is based in the spiritual essence, which is the primary mode of two people coming together to form a new family and to bring offsprings, of course, naturally. And these offsprings are the children that will continue with the legacy, the lineage of those people. So it is a sacred institution, and it is in line with the primordial spirits of divinity. For life to continue on this planet, there is need for procreation, and there is need for the coming together of a man and a woman, i.e. a male and a female, not a man and a man. It will not produce life. Most certainly not a woman and a woman. It will not produce life. So marriage is viewed as a sacred institution. Okay, so what happens now to preserve the sacredness of this union? Our ancient ancestors have had the foresight to create certain kind of laws regulating our marriage. In most tribes in Niger Delta, in the southern part of Nigeria, we have certain traditional rituals or guidelines that have been set in place to protect the sanctity of a marriage. So when two people comes together, a man and a woman, and they want to get married, they do some traditional rituals to preserve the purity of that marriage, which protects the future of the marriage, especially against cheating spouse. We have cases of situations whereby spouse people will get married and they will still be going out to sleep with other people. This is not really a good thing because it defeats the purpose of the marriage. Now we have laws that guide traditional marriages in Nigeria. In some tribes, there are some tribes that are much more relaxed. There are some that take it very seriously. In the Niger Delta area, with tribes like the Irobo, Ijo, Isoko, let me use an example of these three. They take it very seriously. Cheating is a serious crime, especially in the part of the woman. For the mere fact that the man, as we know, is an impregnator. The man is like the sun, the woman is like the earth. The man plants the seeds. So if the man goes outside the marriage, maybe the man is already married, the man can go outside to sleep with another woman. As far as that woman is not already married, they don't view it as a serious crime, or they don't view it as a crime. As far as that woman is not married to another man, thereby that woman is not the property of another man, they don't see it as a crime. And for the mere fact that if peradventure anything happens, that girl is pregnant, it will have the child of the man. And polygamy is viewed as okay in Nigeria to a large extent. It is part of our traditional practices. Some people practice polygamy, some people practice monogamy. So polygamy is a part of traditional African laws. So they don't see it as a crime if a man sleeps outside. The mere fact that if the man impregnates that woman, the whatever child they have is his own child. It is part of the man's family. But if the woman goes out of the marriage to sleep with other men, and she gets impregnated, what will happen is that she will bring strange babies into the family, and this is not a good thing for bastards or children that are not bloodline of the man to come into the family. This is viewed as a serious abomination, because first of all, the woman is not the property of that man. It does not belong to that strange man. And the process of bringing strangers or bastard children into the family corrupts and pollutes and destroys the family. Imagine you say somebody is your wife, and she goes outside to be getting pregnant by other men, and then they give birth to bastard children. You started training bastard children that are not connected to your bloodline. This is something that is very, very bad, and it destroys the family structure. So the ancestors of various tribes, they have put in some sort of spiritual mechanisms that protects from this kind of things. So during the time of the marriage, there are rites that are carried out to protect the sanctity of the marriage. And what happens is that if a woman goes outside to sleep with another man, or is sleeping with another man that is not the husband, there will be some sort of spiritual consequences in the family. And most times the spirits that are guiding that marriage, they will expose this issue to the man. They can expose this by people telling the man, by the man having dreams, or by bad things happening in the house. Maybe there will be loss of fortune, there will be issues that will be plaguing the family to give sign that something is wrong. It might bring hardship. And most times when this happens, you will find out that if there are children already, they already have some children together, the children will start getting sick. The children will be getting sick, and this will go on and on and on. They'll be taking children to hospital, and the children will just keep getting sick. And the worst will happen, whereby if the man knows that his wife is cheating, and he refuses to talk or call the wife to order to stop this behavior, what will happen that the children in the family will start dying. This is very, very common in West Africa, as in Niger Delta area of Nigeria. A cheating wife that is traditionally and legally married to a man can bring deaths into a family by cheating outside. It happens all the time. Okay, in fact, another case happened yesterday. The children will start dying one by one. And if the man still refuses to talk that his wife is cheating, by talking means that he's supposed to call the elders of both family to notify them that this thing is going on, and they need to stop it by calling the wife and by doing certain spiritual rites. Most rites, these rites involve them killing a goat, and the guilty parties eating the ears of the goat. I don't know why. The kind of eating the ears is for them to hear word or to take their time. You know, when you draw somebody's ear, you want them to get the message clear. So they usually involve them cooking or eating the raw ears of a goat. There's a way they do the kind of rite to get them to stop that behavior. So if the man refuses to call the elders to notify them of this development, he too will get sick and he will die. This normally happens, and the cheating woman is always alive. Nothing happens to the woman. Okay, this is the way it normally happens. So it is a very serious issue in this part of my area in Nigeria, when a woman is cheating in the house and the husband is aware and he does nothing about it. The children dies, or the man dies mysteriously. Most times, both of them, all the children will die, and the man will also die. They will leave. The woman will still be alive. The way this is done is that they say in the ancient time, the elders came together to kind of create a kind of curse or a kind of swear to kind of protect the the community. The essence of this is that it is designed to preserve the original bloodlines of the family, so that strangers or the wrong children, other people's children, will not pollute and destroy the community. So if they have a kind of recalcitrant woman that goes around sleeping with different men, what normally happens is that those men will naturally impregnate this woman, and then the woman will carry other people's children into the marriage. And what will happen is that these children, they are not connected, since they are not connected to the bloodline of this man, meaning the bloodline of the man is polluted and destroyed, and the man will not be able to continue that legacy of the continuation of creating or rebirthing, reincarnating his ancestors through his bloodline. So what will happen is this, his ancestors will kill him. They will just kill him and focus on those people that we preserve the pure bloodline. So it is kind of a generational or ancient system that has been put in place to protect the original bloodline of the indigenous, or the lineage of that man or that family. So this is what you are going to find in a lot of West African families, and these are people that still, you will find it in bloodlines that are still very strong in their connection to their lineage, and they still practice some form of African spirituality. But what you find now is that due to the proliferation of Christianity, a lot of these our young youths nowadays, especially the women, they're always refusing to go through these marriage rituals, especially the promiscuous ones. They will claim that they are Christians, that they don't believe in traditional things, that traditional things are evil. So therefore, they don't participate in traditional rites, so they don't do the rituals necessary to enforce this kind of protection on the family. So you find out that the Christian children of nowadays, is Christian men and women, they don't do the traditional ritual, so that these ancestral spirits do not come into the marriage. So the woman can cheat freely, and they don't have any repercussion. So this is what happens now in Nigeria. We will see a girl, we say, oh, I am from a Christian family, my mother is a Christian, my father is a Christian, I will not do this traditional marriage, I will not allow them to do any rites like this. They call it washing of the leg rite or crossing of the leg rite. I will not do it. You will even see the parents of the girl say, we don't do this, we are Christian. Sometimes we even see the parents of the men, we say, we are Christians, we don't do this. So what will happen is that they will only go and do Christian marriage. When they do Christian marriage, and the woman is free to go outside and sleep anyhow, commit adultery, fornication, and nothing will happen to them, because they did not enforce the ancestral right of a spiritual protection of the marriage. So when you notice now these marriages that are filled with a lot of cheating, you will discover that these are usually Christian marriages in Nigeria. It is Christian marriages, the women are free to cheat, because they know that no ancestral right is backing them or is preventing them from going outside of the marriage. So they disrespect the sanctity of the marriage, and just live their life. So we have a lot of paternity fraud cases in Nigeria. In fact, Nigeria is one of the countries whereby there's a high case of paternity fraud, where a lot of women have bastard babies for their husbands. What is now exposing them is DNA testing. Now with the proliferation of DNA testing, so many hospitals now do that. Many men have discovered that they have been fathering children that are not their own. And it is a good thing. These are men that refuse to do traditional marriage rights to protect their marriage. They claim that Jesus will protect the marriage for them. And what happens? Their women are sleeping with pastors. And a lot of men now have gone to do DNA tests. They have come to realize that the children they have been training, some people train these children to university level. They are not their children. They are other men's children. Their wife have been bringing bastard babies. Most time it is the boss in the wife office that is the father of the children. It is the pastor, it is their gate man, or it is their best friend that is the father of the children that they have been training. So there is a need that it is important that when you want to do marriage, you do this traditional rites, especially if you are from Nigeria. It helps a lot to protect your marriage. Okay, it will not cost you much to protect. You do these rites to bring the ancestors to be guiding your marriage, so that if these kind of things want to happen to you, the ancestors will prevent it, because it's a very big deal. Imagine you being in a marriage, you think you have children, you have trained children for 20 years, only to discover that the children, they are not your own. 10 years, you have wasted money, time, energy. At the end of the day, you discover that the children are not your own. How will you feel? When are you going to start again to say you want to start having a fresh family? It is too late for most men. A lot of times, it is this embassy visa applications that expose these paternity frauds. When the family gets to a certain level, they say they want to go to abroad, they want to go to UK, Canada, America. Before they will give your children visa, the embassy must request for DNA tests for all your children to certify that you are the owner of those children. Now, this is when a lot of men have discovered that they are not the father of some, or if not all, of their children. This is very, very common in Nigeria now. A lot of men that want to travel, they actually discover they are not the father of the children when they are given visas, but their children are denied visa. And in most cases, the embassy will not tell you anything. They will just deny your child the visa. You will say, but this is my child. They will not tell you anything. The next thing, you go to 2-3 hospitals, you discover that the DNA does not match with the thing you are calling your child. Then you know that this child is not your own. Because if it's your own, you're supposed to have your DNA with him or her. But when the DNA is not the same, you know that you are not the father of that child. And it's already too late. Before you know, the woman will quickly buy a ticket and travel out of the country and leave you there, because she don't want to answer many questions. And once you people finally get to UK or America, she will divorce you and find another man. She has freed herself from you doing her anything, because you cannot really alter in the Western world, especially in the UK. She's free to do as she likes. She's protected. You can't even touch her. So what happens is that these women, after they have done this kind of evil stuff, they just, when they discover that people want to find her, they just go abroad and get a new man and start life afresh there. And they leave you holding the empty bag, and they leave you with the bastard children. Or that time you will see the real father of those children will not come outside to claim their children. So this is has broken the heart of many men. A lot of men are heartbroken because of this situation right now. And it's as a big result of them, the way they make their bed. They say the way you make your bed, you lie on it. When you think that traditional rites are not good, Jesus Christ is the Savior. Jesus Christ will destroy your life, and it will waste your money and give you bastard children to train. So this is what happens in West Africa traditional marriages. You're going to find this a lot in Urobo, in Isoko. You will find this in Niger tribe. There are some tribes that they don't have this. The women can sleep around. It's not considered an abomination. There are some tribes I don't want to mention them here. There are other tribes that it is a very serious issue. Okay, it's a very serious issue. So if you know that you want to have children, and you want the children to be your own, you must do traditional marriage, and you must complete all the fulfillment of the traditional marriage. We have different rites that we do to bring the ancestors to guide your marriage, to preserve the purity and the sanctity or sacredness of your marriage. So there are rituals they call the washing of the leg rituals or crossing of the leg rituals that is very important that you should do as a traditional person, as an African person, as part of your marriage to prevent this kind of issues. There are some times we see whereby they also do this right, but some very evil women, we go to meet a native doctor to anytime they shits, they will do some spell to cover it so that people will not see it, but eventually they will still catch them. As far as you are in a marriage with somebody, no matter how you try to hide the cheating, you will be caught one day. Okay, you will still be caught, especially if your spouse is vigilant. You cannot hide that kind of secret forever. Over if it takes years, eventually you will still be caught. Okay, but to prevent the problem of bringing bastard children in the home, this right is very, very important. Okay, for a man can sleep outside. It's not really that bad. Although things will happen to him, it will lose trust, faith, and it will have some consequences. But it will not die. It will only die when by a sleep with other men's wife. When the man is taking it upon himself to go and be sleeping with other people's wife, this is a very, very big problem. There's a very big cost attached to that. Okay, but if the man sleeps with a single woman and they are both consent to it, does not have much effect in this case. But the serious case is on the part of the woman bringing in bastard children to the family or sleeping outside the family. This brings hardship to the man. It brings a kind of hard luck to the man as well. Then it also brings deaths to the family, especially when the man knows that his wife is sleeping around, but he keeps quiet. There are some men today that due to money, financial gain, they have very low standards. They allow their women to go to sleep with other men to bring money for them. There are some men that will even allow their women to go into prostitution. I've seen this case whereby the woman will be going to sleep with other men in the nights. Then the man will even dress the woman up, and then in the daytime, the woman will buy food with the money taken from those men. We go to fast food, we buy Mr. Big, CFC, and bring to this man. And the man will eat the food. Now, this is a very big cost. And this is an abomination for a man to be accepting food that are bought for his wife by other men. This is horrible. And some people have gotten to this level. When you see couples that have gotten to this level, it means that they have no more moral principles, and they are cursed people. Okay, the bloodline is already cursed. When you see people start doing this kind of things, these are not the kind of people you want to deal with. Okay, so they are abominable people. You can see this happening. We see this especially in abroad, and where certain couples from certain tribes, they see this as normal for their woman to legally married wife to be engaged in prostitution so that they can survive. We see this, but this is not good. It's an abomination. But some people think this is okay. Some men also allow other men to be touching their women. It is not a good thing. And this kind of behavior of whereby the woman is put under pressure to be the breadwinner, and they think that they can do whatever, or they have to do whatever they need to do to feed their family. So this kind of gives them the impetus to want to sleep with other men. In their mind, they are doing it to preserve their marriage. They are doing it for the sake of the marriage, to make the marriage survive or to feed their children. So some women engage in this kind of practices, but it is not a good thing to do. It's an abominable thing. And when the man knows and the man consents, the man have kind of degenerated himself. And the man is a disgrace to his ancestors. And of course, there will be curses. There will be more hardship. The good spirit in that family will leave that man alone. So when they see that the man is disgracing the bloodline, they will just prefer to kill the man, kill the children, so that they will forget about this person. So these kind of things normally happen to those kind of men if they come from a very strong family with very active spirits. If they see that the man is misbehaving, his character is unbefitting of a member of that family, the spirits will just decide to off his children, and they just forget about him. They normally do this to preserve the bloodline and to protect the family from being corrupted. So this normally happens. So when you see cases of cheating, you will discover that if the man does not talk or does not amend his ways, all his children will die. Then he himself will die. So this is the way the spirits operate in this kind of family. Okay, some spirits don't take nonsense. They don't accept any kind of a mediocre standards or abomination. So if they see anybody try to bring this, they will just kill the person and focus on the good people in the family. So this happens. It happens in Urobo, it happens in Isoko, it happens in Ijo tribe. Okay, it also happens in some other tribes, but I don't know. You can do your research. You can do more research about this phenomenon. Okay, it happens people are aware. If you are from Nigeria, you will know about this kind of thing. It's very common. Okay, they have different names for it. So it's one thing that you will find in African spirituality relating to marriages. Is something that is part of our culture and tradition here. It's a serious matter. Okay, I'm not the one that originated it, so I'm just talking. You can do your research if you are living in America. This kind of things happens, and it still happens today. So if you are interested in this topic, you can find out more about it and maybe run with it, and just for curiosity's sake. Okay, so this is what I have to say today on this topic. Questions or comments are welcome. Please like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell close to the subscribe button so you'll be the first to get my videos as soon as I release them. And if you want to know about African spirituality, this is the channel that you need to be. Here is the first and last bus stop that you should come to. In this place, I talk about every aspect of African spirituality, and I teach it. So if you want to learn, I have a 6-month program where I teach it from the history to the sciences to the metaphysics and to the main core spirituality of how to get in touch with the 5 elements of nature and with your African ancestors. Very easy to understand program, straightforward, not stressful, and not expensive. You don't need to fly to Africa. You don't need any initiations or stressful, expensive initiation. It is the spirits that will initiate you into this stuff as you progress in the program. So please, if you want to learn it, I teach it too. If you don't have the funds to learn, you can watch lots of my videos. Now the videos is more than 800. You will learn a lot of things by watching this channel. A lot of things that most people don't want you to know. A lot of spiritualists don't want you to know. I teach everything here. I make it clear, easy to understand, especially for the benefits of our brothers and sisters in diaspora, so that they too can get this knowledge and continue with the tradition and the legacy. As African people, we cannot just be living our life anyhow. We have serious responsibility of preserving the sanctity and the peace of this planet. And also too, we have responsibility of awakening. No other race can be is connected like us. We are the root race. So we have a responsibility of restoring the planets to bring them back to harmony. And it starts with us. Charity begins at home. So we need to repair and heal ourselves before we can start reaching out to the rest of the world. And we need to live by example. Once we start doing this, other people will start copying us. They naturally will look for us for directions. So we need to be responsible, and we need to know about who we really are, our original history, culture, traditions, and all these things that will help us to grow and develop. Okay. Then, of course, if you have not gotten my book yet, this book is called Whispers of Amente, Pathways to Ascension, for people that want to make contact with the Kemetic deities. I have put in rituals here, simple, powerful rituals that you can do to open the gateway of the spirit world for the deities to come into your consciousness, to come into your life, and of course, to connect you, to initiate you with your true divinity, your true will, and to give you directions on things that you need to do to fulfill your destiny, to bring out your talents, and to just guide you on your path. If for nothing else, just so that you can know them. Okay, you need to know the truth about who we are. So this book is a very powerful book that will help you solve all those problems. Okay, you don't need to fly to Egypt. You don't need to come to Nigeria. You just get the book and do the rituals in the privacy of your home, and you connect to the deities by yourself. It's a workbook. Okay. Then, if you want to know how to do spells, this one will help you too. Walk in the shadow of the gods. There are spells for wellness, health, protection, prosperity, love, and all good things are here. This one is a very good book that everybody should have in their library. You don't know where you will need this book, but you will surely need it. If you don't want it, or your children will need it. It is better to be a warrior in a garden than to be a gardener in a war. So have a copy of this book. Keep it. You will always need it. This one, Quantum Physics and African Spirituality. If you want to know about the origin of African spirituality, the evidence, scientific evidence, to prove about the validity, authenticity of African spirituality, it is here. You want to know about Gagut, Grand Unified Almighty Theory, it is here. You want to know about time and space travel, it is here. You want to know about the evil forest, you want to know about negative space, 666 meaning conundrum, you want to know about the origin of religion, you want to know about origin of Christianity. A lot of powerful topics are here on metaphysics, quantum physics, the interrelationship between the physical and spiritual world, and the quantum physics is the gateway into the spirit world. So this book covers all those topics and takes out all the noise. So please get this one. The three of them is just $300. Postage included. You will get it in any part of the world. Okay. So with that, I thank you very much. If you also want to do your oracle, tarot reading, divination to find out things about your life, about situations, I do that one. If you also have any kind of serious cases of illnesses that defy Western medicine, harder cases, serious problems that you cannot solve, that you have been trying to solve, no headway, you can bring all those issues here with the runner here, okay, with the principles of quantum physics. If you have serious problems that you cannot solve, you have tried different means, medical, this and that, hospitals, they cannot solve the problem, bring them, come with the runner for here. Okay, so apart from that, I thank you very much, and I'll be seeing you in the subsequent videos as usual. So take care and bye. Peace.